Bhagdeo. I'm the co-founder of Contour Life, which is a unique path for discovering, nurturing, and expressing your heroic potential. And today I'm here to share about a tarot course. So I was first introduced to tarot about 17 years ago. It was a friend doing a reading. And as soon as the card was in front of me, I picked it up and I started talking about how it was related to my life. But also there were different perspectives that were happening in my life that I did not realize. And I could see that, and I kept going on. And everyone said, that's amazing interpretation. Now the reality is that I didn't even know the word tarot. 17 years ago, I didn't know the meanings of all these cards. And one of the things I'm going to teach you in this tarot class is how to go into the card. The card is a portal. And in tarot, you have 78 portals, 78 dwars, 78 dimensions of Shakti and of consciousness, 78 words. And how to go into them, understand your life from that higher, elevated perspective. How to channel that energy into your life. It's a two-way door. You can go in and you can also let it come into your life. And this is one of the things that we are going to do in this course. And this will enable you to read any tarot deck. Not just one or two. And I'll tell you a secret. It is going to teach you how to read photographs. You enter a meeting, how to read the room, how to read people, how to communicate with them in the most energy-filled and conscious state. So, because tarot is one of the most sahaj ways to communicate with the universe. I fell in love with it, and that started my love affair. Tarot is a way to ask a question of your love, who is the universe, and then receive a love letter, which is a tarot card. And this love letter will guide you. Wherever you are, it will guide you towards the next step. I'll teach you the language of symbolism because there is so much, because symbolism is beyond words. There's a language which is beyond words, and that is symbols. And the tarot, depending on which tarot deck you use, has so many symbolisms. It has Christian symbolism, pagan, Celtic, Native American, Hindu, Sanatan Dharma. You have Egyptian, Thoth, Hebrew, even the fairy realms, the Jane Austen. Like, there are as many tarot decks because tarot is really a vessel of Shakti, and it's a very feminine, wanting union from many other occult regions. And being in US for around 21 years now, I've been very fortunate to be exposed to Western occult, also to Indian mythologies, and to have met so many of these deck creators. We had a tarot circle in Washington, DC, and there a lot of tarot deck creators, when they started, when they would just start to publish it, they would come there and talk about their product, and they would talk about how that inspiration came, and I've learned and I've imbibed from there, and I want to share all that with you. And so many, and all these diverse perspectives are going to really expand you. I even have a tarot deck, and you're not allowed to ask me how many tarot decks I have, because that is that is a secret. But I also have a chemistry tarot deck because I was a chemist, and I wanted to, because there is so much alchemy and what happens when elements come. What is the element? Because every element has a particular characteristic, has a unique potential, and how that is in us also. There is a Jane Austen tarot deck, and I have even met the creator of that. So there are so many different perspectives, and learning from that and using that in my readings. I have done readings, and I have taught people to interpret who are nowhere concerned with occult or spiritual paths in that times. They were all my PhD colleagues, and all the engineers from who are doing masters and all, and at night we would sit together and I would tell them, what do you see in the card, and we would have like this huge night-long sessions. So that is going to be a part of the tarot. How Shakti flows from the tarot deck, because the tarot decks, as I said, are portals. So how that Shakti flows, and when it flows through us, sometimes we have blocks, and how to clear those blocks. So this is going to be a very energizing, activating kind of course. Also, it is going to, the disharmonies, the chaos that we have, it is going to smoothen that out, activate you. Psychology, because Carl Jung was very inspired by the tarot archetypes. So even psychology has that interest of Carl Jung, has got integrated with tarot. There is the hero's journey, which was popularized by Joseph Campbell, and which in turn inspired Star Wars and a lot of sci-fi that is out there in the world. But the whole major arcana of tarot follows the hero's journey. So I'll be taking you through that, and I am a huge lover of Joseph Campbell's work. And I'll teach you the structure of tarot, because it is important to not just know the art, the intuition, but also know the science, the structure. This way you can learn the alphabets and make your own spellings. You can combine these building blocks. I will tell you the energy, the Shakti that flows through every number, every suit, and what happens, the alchemy when they comes together, what happens. So you can start interpreting from the very first day. In fact, when I have a public session, I will be sharing how to interpret, and you will be doing it right then and there. And I wanted to share, I've taught several batches of tarot, and one of the miracles that happened in the last class, every time there are miracles that happen, but in last class when we taught the major arcana, it was, and that time there was no Zoom, so in that, every time I taught a major arcana, it would start playing. The Empress and her energy would start playing in everyone's life. There were 25 of us, and it would start playing, and we would really understand, imbibe, and internalize in such a way when it is playing in your life. When that creativity of the Empress, when that fertility, when ideas begin to germinate and things are growing, you can experience that Empress energy, and that we experience with every single card, and all 25 of us. Or there were more because there was a team also. So now the thing is, you can apply tarot to any question you can have. What should be your company logo? I am stagnant. How do I move forward? How can I become more popular? How do I pitch my ideas so that they are best received? How to improve your financial situation, your relationships? What should your room look like? What should your office look like? I think any question that you can think of, the tarot can help you find the answer. What is my new boss like? So then finally, what can you expect from this course? This is a question I asked the tarot, and this is the card I received. This is Sacred India Tarot, which is by Rohit Arya and Jane Addams. And I got the Strength card number 11, Strength card. And even the energy of the number 11, it is like two suns, 1 and 1. And we know that the energy of 11 is much greater than 1 and 1. There's a synergistic effect where they both come together to create something far greater than the individual parts. And you know the story of Durga, which is that she is a vessel, a divine vessel, created for a specific purpose. And whatever your purpose be for the tarot class, I feel that would get fulfilled, and we'll talk about that. But in Ma Durga's case, her goal was to kill Mahisasur. And she was this divine vessel in which the greatest of devas poured their siddhis, their consciousness, and it all got integrated, creating something that was way greater than the sum of all their siddhis energy, something way greater. and Ma Durga's Mahima continues even after the killing of Mahisasur. So this is going to be the energy where all different diverse cultural perspectives, different occult traditions like astrology, numerology, different multicultural elements like Native American symbolism, pagan, Celtic, Hindu, they're all going to come together, Osho Zen. They're all going to come together and create something which is much larger than the individual parts. I feel that if you want to be a professional tarot reader, I think this is a great class. I will admit you will need practice, and we have some structures for that too coming up. And whatever your talent, whether you are in any occult field, like you are a masseuse, or you're a body therapist, or you're a holistic practitioner, health practitioner, or a psychic, or astrologer, or a healer, a coach, whatever it is going to, tarot is going to get integrated. Even if you're a business person, an artist, tarot is going to get integrated into whatever you do and elevate it. And in the public session, I'll talk more about how it's going to do. It is a way to receive personalized guidance